many years from now, would you be willing to trade all the days from this day to that for one chance, just one chance, to come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom?
Hello and welcome to episode 12 of series 2 of Master League Story Mode. Now I hope you enjoyed that slightly different, slight variation to our normal introduction. Massive shout out to Ed Sheldrake, PES Fan Forum member and follower of this series. He came up with that incredible dramatic reimagining of our now famous theme tune. So thank you for that, Ed. I've said it before and I will say it again. This channel just attracts a different class of commenter and a different class of follower to some of the other channels, not to mention some of the FIFA channels. God forbid we have some of the numbskulls commenting and following us that they do on some of those videos. But anyway, less of that. We needed that inspirational talk from Alex Ferguson to his side to G them up after what was, frankly, our worst episode and worst performance over 2 games of this series so far. So today we're up against Middlesbrough. That will be a tricky game. We're away from home as well. Incidentally, if you anyone needs any video special effects doing, as you can see from that introduction, I am a bit of a dab hand. So please, any requests, let me know in the comments. I can do you pretty favourable rates. As you can see, motion tracking, definitely one of my strong points. Let's take a look at the teams for today's game. Okay, how are we doing? Oh, Bobby Snodgrass. Oh my God, that was awful. But anyway, Bobby. Not looking good. He's on a downward arrow. How could he be after that inspirational chat, invoking the spirit of Robert the Bruce? Well, I think he stays in the team, though, because we need that left-footed winger to whip in crosses to Hernandez. So he stays in for now. Hernandez is on an upward arrow. That's good, as is Fosu Mensah. He continues to improve. Is there a ceiling to his improvement? We hope not. Mason, he can start in the middle, although Livermore, I'm starting to think, is a better player to have in there, because defensively, let's take a look. Oh, defensively, Mason's actually better. But physically, Livermore, far, far better. Yeah, we're going to give Livermore a chance because I think we've been getting overrun in midfield and we need the physical side that he's got. He's stronger, he's quicker. He's a good ball winner. He's a more all-rounder. He's not such a good passer, but I think him alongside Mbula give us that defensive steel that we need in the middle. So after the meltdown of the last episode, my emotional and physical meltdown, a few of you had some great suggestions how we can improve our tactics. Erwan, he piped up. He's our sort of coach, really, in the comments. So thanks to you, Erwan. He suggested that we do a bit of man marking. Now, we don't normally do that, but I think it's about time we did. So let's take a look at the man marking. I think we'll use Fosu Mensah and Robertson just to keep an eye on their wingers. And then we'll give Jake Livermore the task of sticking to his old club mate. I believe they may have played together at Tottenham, Rafael van der Vaart. So hopefully we can stop him creating anything. And I don't know whether this is maybe too much man marking, but we'll give Negredo to Davis. Just keep an eye on him. That should have them all covered. It's a little something different to try anyway. Got to make sure as well we've got Davis and Dawson up for the corners because they've been really dangerous there. Quick look at Middlesbrough. Yeah, Van der Vaart dangerous in the middle. Downing's always able to whip a ball in, and Sue's quick. And Negredo, the beast up front, he's going to be tricky to play against. But hopefully we've got enough to us to break the bad run of games that we've had and come back with a win. So here we are. A short trip over to Middlesbrough for this Hull City-Middlesbrough matchup. We really need to bounce back strongly from the 2 defeats in 2 games. There's Fosu Mensah. He's continuing to improve really well under the tutelage of Alex Ferguson, who's great at bringing through youth, as we know. And this right-back slash centre-back slash absolute destroyer, he's looking at really promising prospect. So here we go. Can we start strongly? That's important. We've given away a lot of early goals recently, and that's not helped us at all. We've got man marking on today. Also, on the advice of commenter Karkarot, we are going to be messing with the attacking and defensive levels if needs be. I think we'll keep it level for now. It's well cut out from Dawson. But if we need to, then we know now to bomb players forward, which is something we hadn't really been doing in the past. Fosu Mensah. Oh, away from Sark with great strength. Ball through to Cabella. Back into Hernandez. Slips it through to Remy Cabella. He's through on goal. Remy Cabella outside of the boot! Remy Cabella. What a start here for Hull City. That was liquid football. And that finish from Remy Cabella, a little bit of French flair from our second striker. And he was put through. My God, Cabella's short. Never even noticed that. Anyway, what a goal that was. Good stuff. Fosu Mensah started it off with great strong play there. Thought he'd lost it. Nice ball into Cabela. Lays it off, and then Hernandez, that's a nice ball. And then Cabela outside of the boot. Oh, a bit of flair there, a bit of Gallic flair. That was nice. We'll take that, and we're ahead straight away. Lovely stuff. And Mbula, Snodgrass again, that overlapping run. Low ball in, Hernandez, and it's 2! Lovely low cross in there from Robertson. He just keeps bombing on and bombing on. And that time he found himself in a lot of space. It's good play from Mbula. Ball into Snodgrass. That overlapping run gets him every time. Hernandez just sneaks ahead of his man. It's a nice low cross into Hernandez, who finishes well. And it's 2-0 already here. Negredo, the beast, he turns. Robertson almost gets there ahead of Insu, but that's good play from Insu. Negredo back inside to Van der Vaart. Great save by Butland. Oh, great play, Braveheart. Wins that back. Here's Lingard now. Hernandez has made a great run. No, it's Cabela even through the middle. Can he get ahead of Lindgren? No. Ooh. All opened up there for us again. Davis this time battling. Stuart Downing. Outside of the boot balls. Van der Vaart. It's cut out really well. Lingard into Mbula. Looks for Fosu Mensah. Made a great run down the right-hand side. Ball inside to Cabela. Hernandez back to Lingard, and that's 3-0. Great play there. Absolute scythe of a counter-attack there from Hull City. Again launched from the running of Fosu Mensah. It's Jesse Lingard who's been quiet in the last few games. He pops up with a nicely taken goal there. This was a great counter-attack. Fosu Mensah in possession. Just a little ball inside to Cabela. He passed it up long to Hernandez, who's really, really deep up the pitch. But Lingard took that nicely. What a finish from the ex-Man United player. Not ex-Man United player. Man United loanee. I think we might be considering him on a full transfer if we go another season. Jesse Lingard on the score sheet. I think that might be his first goal. Oh, Mbula cuts that out easily. And that's 3-0 at the half. What a performance. Alex Ferguson inspiring this side forward after those 2 difficult games. And now we go away. But it's 3 great goals for Hull City. And we go in at the break. Not as much possession, but we've hit him on the break really, really well. As soon as we've scored those first 2, we've sat back. We've looked to launch counter-attacks. So what a start to the game that was. Let's see if we can keep things going here. Don't think we've had a 3-0 win yet. So if we can keep a clean sheet, that would be really nice. Van der Vaart into Chambers. Chambers down the right. Oh, it's a nice little move from the Arsenal man. Ball into the box to Van der Vaart. Dawson comes across. It's a heavy tackle. That is a weak, weak penalty. Sure it's not a dive, ref? Dawson not pleased. Dawson not pleased at all. Livermore right up in the referee's face. I don't know how that is a penalty, ref. Oh, okay, maybe. It's a little harsh though. Van der Vaart went down very easily there. Jackie B up against Raphael. Oh, he's gone right down the middle, the cheeky twat. Well, there goes that clean sheet that we were hoping for. Let's just avoid another goal now, shall we? Oh, that's good play from Robertson. Keeps possession. That just about finds its way to Fosu Mensah. Lingard, ball into Hernandez. Little back heel into Cabela. Bobby Snodgrass into the box. Hernandez with the rebound. Whoa. That was decent. Bobby nearly got his goal there. Old Braveheart. This is good play here from Cabela. Just tried to squeeze it through to Snodgrass. It was a block from Callum Chambers and it came out. Hernandez. The shot is palmed wide. Danny Welbeck coming on for Bobby. He's had a good game today. Not his best. He didn't get a goal. He nearly did. We're still yet to hear the Saturday night chant from the away fans. But he had a decent game. On comes Welbeck in his place. Tried a bit of running and a bit of enthusiasm down that left-hand side in this last 12 minutes. So as we move into the last 3 minutes of the game, this has been a great performance from Hull City. If we can try and see it out with only 1 goal scored from Middlesbrough, that would be great. But Downing's found a great position down the left. Fosu Mensah, strength of an ox, gets in there, gets the tackle in. Oh, Livermore going in a bit late. Livermore's been he's been good. I think I preferred him to Mason, actually. He's got himself about. He's more of a physical presence alongside Mbula. Van der Vaart steers it in. Easy punch for Butland. Hernandez can get to this. And there it is. A good win and we're back on track. Alex Ferguson, great managerial abilities there to inspire this team to come back after 2 losses for a tricky away win against Middlesbrough. It was probably the game we needed, really, Middlesbrough. Not a bad team, but not one of the best. So, I mean, we created chances. Actually, we finished really well. 6 shots on target, 3 goals. We had a little bit more possession at the end than we did in the first half. But all in all, pretty decent. Man of the match goes to Hernandez. He was a real pain in the arse for everyone, but it was good performances all over, really. Almost everyone 6 or above. Well, that was a hell of a lot more encouraging. And now we're back up into 5th. Lovely stuff. Level on points with West Ham in 4th. Goal difference of 6 as well. We're only behind them on goals scored. It's looking a lot more positive now. Let's see about the next game. Hernandez, 2 goals in 4 matches. That's pretty decent. Bobby Snodders has got the goal. Lingard, our highest rated player. That's interesting. He's never really seemed like he's doing that much, but maybe behind the scenes he is. Robertson has grabbed an assist as well. Look at that, Junior Mbula, 16 tackles won in that central midfield area. He's a real beast of a man. The French Patrick Vieira. He's been an asset to this team. He's also a good passer, good consistent passer from that central midfield position. In terms of shots, not very many. Not very many at all. Only a handful of shots in 4 games. What's that? 15, 16 shots from our top 5 players. In 4 games, that's not very many. Lingard with a 100% strike rate. Success rate even. Team of the month, Robertson sneaks in again. He is a very high-performing left-back. I know we're looking at a left-back in the transfer window. Perhaps that means we shouldn't be looking for someone to replace him. He's been consistently doing really well. Fosu Mintz are still getting better. 82 speed, 77 ball winning. Those are stats that I love to see. Gabbiadini's classic number 10. Well, I think we're probably going to sell Gabbiadini. In fact, I think we might do that right now. As we've made our way into December, it's time to take a quick look at the negotiations, see if there's anything we need to get done. We've had a bid in for Jakupovic. We can probably sell him. Into the negotiations, we'll look at our team. We've had a bid for Diamandi. I don't know where that came from. He's a really great substitute option, but 7 million, 2 million above his market value. Oh, I would hate to upset all the Norwegian fans of this channel, of which I know for a fact there is at least one. Shout out. But if we can get good money for him, then I consider it. But Gabbiadini is worth 10 million. And he's not playing. And when he does play, he's not very good. So we'd definitely put him on the list. Don't know if there's anyone else, except for all of these players that are already listed, who we could do without. Let's take a look at the scouting, first of all. We've had a few decent options at left back. Oh, Kazawa. Wow, he is strong. 11 million, he's going to be expensive. But look at those passing stats. Ball winning 80. Explosive power. He's got jump to him. He would be a great signing. Probably out of our price range though. Ricardo Pereira, probably a more achievable signing. Not quite as good though. Well, I think we'll put in a bid for both of them. We could well have some money going. Marcus Rojo we will consider. I'm not sure what's happened to Tisserand, who was a player that we did look at. We need to quickly look at our negotiations. We put in some bids for some stupid players. We're not signing Moura. Although I'd love Lacazette. We're not signing him. And Isco, 22 million. We're never going to be able to sign him. So we'll get them out of the way. I don't know what happened to Tisserand. He was scouted, so we can still definitely buy him. That's still allowed. If a player is scouted, even if they drop off the radar from the scouts, we're still allowed to buy him. So there he is, still a free agent, 75 rated overall, can play all across the back, only 22. He's a big player. Definitely want him. We'll stick him in the list. We haven't got any available slots, but we want him. So we're at the beginning of December now. There's a few more games, at least until the transfer window, but we've got, how much money have we got? We've got 6 million in the bank, so we should, with a couple of signings, a couple of sales even, be able to make some good signings. Right, let's take a look at the next game, Bournemouth. Let's see if we can carry on this great form into our next match. Let's take a look at the side for today. Everyone looking good. Mason, oh, and Mbula's on a downward arrow. Well, I think we'll play Mason. Oh, I don't want to not play Mbula because he's been huge, as the stats have proven. No, I think we'll stick with that duo. Mbula and Livermore worked really well. Bobby Snodders is looking good again. Everyone else is on a yellow. Fosu Mensah still improving. Thank you very much. So a quick look at Bournemouth. They've got Wilson up front. He's dangerous. 80 overall rated. He's quick. And Jack Wilshere was a real pain in our ass when we played him last time. Pulling the strings in the middle. So I think we will make sure that we man mark him today. Man marking definitely seemed to work in the last game. It's hard to tell. So we'll stick with what we did before, which is... Oh no, we won't do that. But I'm going to put Livermore on Wilshere. And I'm going to mark the striker again, because that seemed to work. I don't know. So here we are, we're back at the KCOM Stadium. This looks to be a nighttime game. Maybe it's one of those exciting Friday night matches. I'm really getting into them in real life. Can we continue on the good form from the last game? That was Hull at its blistering best. That 3-1 win against Middlesbrough. Shame we couldn't keep a clean sheet. The Braveheart speech has clearly inspired this team. Let's see if we can keep that going. Got a pretty much unchanged side today. Oh, it's a nice ball through to Fraser. Fossey Mensah's there with him. Cuts back inside, gets the shot away, but Davis, good block. Harry Arter out to Sermon. And Boola's there. Fossey Mensah, good block again. Dawson, can you get this one clear? He can't get the header in. Pugh fires wide. Hull City a little bit umming and ahhing there in defence. Couldn't quite get that away. Long ball looking for Hernandez. He gets a good head down to Livermore. Oh, tries to thread it through to Snodgrass, but it's fallen to him eventually. Robertson ball into Cabela. Doesn't reach him, but Robertson, again, great play from the left back. Standout left back in the Premier League. Snodgrass has a chance to get his head up. Hernandez! It's fallen to Lingard, back post. Oh, Jesse! Livermore ball out to Robertson. Snodgrass out to Robertson again. Snodgrass is making the run with him. It's Robertson streaming away down the line. It's a great ball in, looking for Hernandez. He couldn't quite get his head to it. It was a decent cross in, maybe slightly overhit. Good run down the right from Robertson. Our wing-backs are so dangerous. Fossey Mensah and Robertson. Got to be two of the best in the league at the site at this moment in time. Thrown to Jesse Lingard. He turns. Hits it with the left. Ooh, decent chance there. Livermore back to Mbula. He looks out to Fossey Mensah, who takes a touch and then whips a ball in. Oh, Livermore! It would be his first goal. It was a decent opportunity for Livermore there. He couldn't quite direct the header. It's calm, patient build up here. Fossey Mensah in a lot of space. Able to get his head up. Livermore, that's well off though. Oh, it's worked wide to Sermon. Oh, Livermore, great tackle and he's away. Spots Cabela in a bit of space. He's now looking for the run of Hernandez. It's not, it's a ball inside to Livermore. Sneaks it through to Hernandez. Goes for the little chip round the keeper, but it wasn't necessary. Federici in absolute no man's land. And that is a calm finish from Abel Hernandez. And great build-up play from Hull City. You hit him on the break. It was Livermore who launched the break and put through the ultimate pass to Abel Hernandez. Livermore has been a revelation coming in for Ryan Mason the last two games. And the KCOM is shaking here. Abel Hernandez with a nice finish. Cabela, that was a big touch. But they backed off him. It's a nice ball in. Oh, that's a lovely little crafted ball in. It was a chip that didn't really chip, but it was the right side of the keeper to beat him anyway. And great link up there. Lovely ball through. Hernandez, little chip with his unfavoured foot. Still beat the keeper though. Bit weak, but still. Here's Jack Wilshere. He's struggled to get possession in this game, as he has in real life. Although he's not been doing too badly, really. Oh, Livermore's won it back again. And now Hernandez with Cabela with him. Hernandez into a shooting position. Hits it with the right foot this time. Oh, it's a good save, and that's half-time. 1-0 to Hull City. We really turned it on in the second half of that first half. Jack Butland's had a couple of saves to make, but ultimately we're ahead at the half. He's had one save to make, but we've been playing really well. Jake Livermore has been absolutely brilliant for us. So second half, it's more of the same, please, for Hull City. Alex Ferguson, much more pleased than he was at this stage of the last episode. Oh, it's Robert Snodgrass with the outswinging corner. Got Dawson and Davis up from the back. It's gone really long. Dawson gets ahead to it, falls to Mbula. Great save on the line. Gianelli Mbula yet to score a goal in a Hull City shirt, and that was a pretty decent chance too. Dawson leaping like a salmon. It's a good save in the end. It's a quick ball taken here from Bournemouth. Oh, Lingard's done by Pugh there. And Fossey Mensah's done as well. Pugh into the box, but Mbula takes it. And he can release Cabela down the line. It's a tired running there from Remy Cabela. Oh, but he's won it back. Can he get there ahead of Wilson? He can. It's Cabela now into the box. What's he got? Remy Cabela hits it with the left foot and it's wide. But is that end of the game? It is. There's 2 wins out of 2 in this episode. And that was a hard-fought one there. Great work. 2 wins. And actually, we had a lot of shots. We reduced Bournemouth to only 1 shot on target. We had 5. It's a pretty comfortable win, really, in the end. Although it didn't feel like it during the game, but we kept possession well at the end. Hernandez, man of the match, second time in a row. He's really starting to shine. Livermore, 6.5. He really has been the star of this episode. He's been a bit of a find, really. No substitutes in this game, so we've got some tired legs, I'm sure. So another great win. Where are we now? Still in 5th. Keeping the pressure on West Ham. I've got to say, I think the man marking, thank you, Irwan. I think the man marking has really helped us in these games. It just seems like we've been more defensively astute, and it's got to be down to something, and that might well be it. As well as changing the attacking and defensive levels. Fosu Mensah up to 77. He's turning into a real beast, and he's got man marking, as if by magic. As if I mentioned it. Oh, only 3 days later. Really would have been good to be able to bring some players off here. We're going to be a tired side against Chelsea, and that's not really what we want. But we are at home, we're at the KCOM, and we're in a lovely run of form. Quick look at the goal ranking. Hernandez and Diomande on 6 and 5 between them. Especially impressive for Diomande, seeing as he's been a bit part player, really. Bobby Snodders is up there with 3. Hernandez with 3 as well, and Jesse Lingard. Yeah, I mean, that's what we want from the wingers. Getting those crosses in. Well, what an episode this has been. A dramatic start, a good win, and then a tight win. So I hope you have a good weekend. I'm going to now after these great games. Chelsea on Monday. That's going to be tricky. I'll see you in a bit.